Hey guys, today we're gonna go over things I wish I knew before I entered the NFT space. If that sounds interesting, stay tuned. Alright, welcome back everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Rice Cake and I've been in the space for over a year now, and luckily I have learned a lot and really used that to my advantage and made over 6 figures in the NFT space. So today I really just want to show you guys the lessons that I've learned throughout my entire time here and really just educate you guys so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made, and you can just really start making a lot more gains faster without going through the same struggle as I did. The first lesson that I learned is that it's not as easy as it seems. At first, I kind of had a misconception of the NFT space, thinking that I could just invest in any animal profile picture project and become a millionaire overnight, and unfortunately that is not the case. I've actually learned that you can lose a lot of money when investing in the NFT space, and it is actually probably the most volatile and riskiest form of crypto investing. So you are gonna have to put a lot of time and resources into researching the market. So for example, I was tracking FaZe Bank's wallet and I saw that he bought this NFT called First NFTs, so I just blindly went ahead and bought that NFT. However, he started to tweet a little more saying how it was more of just for satire and more of a joke, and I got really scared because I just spent probably over $10,000 into this random NFT collection that I know nothing about. I remember buying it at night and I woke up the next morning and I essentially lost $10,000. So it is gonna take a lot of time and resources to understand the NFT market. However, I would just really recommend for the first week or two, you really just understand the vocabulary of everything going on in the market, just understand how it works and the market psychology of it, and really just try to become a sponge and be very open-minded within the first few days. So after all this time of researching the market and understanding the psychology of what's going to happen and what the price action will probably be, you can really use this to your advantage. And instead of being those people like myself who used to just buy into random NFT collections and hope and praise that it moons, you can really shift the odds into your favor so you can start winning and making smart trades and really become a knowledgeable investor so you can start stacking your Ethereum. And the next thing I wish I knew is that NFTs don't always make sense. I always go back to my college economics class where we learn about the rational consumer. The concept of rational consumer describes the individual acting out of self-interest with the main aim of maximizing their private benefits through consumption. And essentially what you're gonna wanna do is take the idea of the rational consumer and toss that out the window, because I feel like nobody in the NFT space is rational. So oftentimes you'll be left thinking, why are these projects that have no utility really pumping and their floors are just going through the roof, while these other projects with creators that are very well established aren't really doing much when it comes to price action? And I will say that the NFT space is highly manipulated, and this market manipulation really comes from people who have a lot of influence in the space, or people who have a lot of money and can really just buy up a ton of NFTs and cause a supply shock. Also, the meme culture of NFTs are very strong. You're gonna take a lot of these NFT collections and pretend like they're GameStop, where you just have a bunch of people banding together, buying a bunch of NFTs for the memes or for the culture. And it really just shows that this space doesn't make too much sense, but you'll be able to just kind of adjust and learn the way of it. And in this point, you're gonna want the trend to be your friend. So this brings up the next thing I wish I knew before I started, and that is fees. The NFT space is filled with them, and you're gonna get hit with fees left and right. So essentially with every single transaction that you make with the Ethereum blockchain, you are gonna have to pay a gas fee. For example, when I'm buying an NFT, it will cost me around $50 to $120 in gas on top of the price of the NFT. So please keep in mind that it is gonna cost a bit more Ethereum to buy the NFT that you want, because you do have to pay for gas. Also, when you're selling an NFT, there are gonna be 2 more fees associated with the sale. The first one is gonna be a standard 2.5% that goes to OpenSea, and next is gonna be a collection fee, and this usually ranges from anywhere from about 2.5 to 10%. So that will leave you with a smaller amount of profit than you may have anticipated. You are not going to accept all 100% of the NFT sale. The next thing I wish I knew is Twitter is your best friend. It is essentially the town hall of the NFT space, and where almost every collection or everyone comes together and just breaks news, shares ideas. For example, a lot of NFT collections will announce things on their Twitter to keep their holders up to date and really update everyone in the entire space of what's going on in their collection. Moreover, you have a lot of people who are influencers or great traders that are in the space typing and sending out tweets of what they're buying or selling. And this serves as a really great resource because you're having a place where you can go to find all of these calls that you can kind of follow. Also, if you couldn't tell by now, the NFT space moves at 1,000,000 miles per hour. So you're really gonna wanna stay up to date with Twitter, and it's a very great way to get breaking news because it's super easy for people to just go on there, tweet their thoughts or tweet what's going on in the space, and people can just read it instantly. However, I would like to preface this by saying even though you have a lot of great people, a lot of great resources on Twitter, there is gonna be a lot of really bad advice, a lot of people just shilling their random projects, wanting you to pump their bags, and it's not necessarily the most healthy thing, and I would not follow everything on Twitter. Not everything there is gold. My biggest recommendation when it comes to NFT Twitter is to follow people that are really knowledgeable and have proven themselves in the space. This way you can really trust the people as to what they're saying instead of just following random people blindly. Personally, what I do is I have a influencer list and I just follow a bunch of other influencers in the space, and I'm able to get my breaking news that way, or just stay up to date and get a general gist of what's going on in the market. And the last thing I wish I knew sooner is to build a network or community. This is probably the most important thing that I should have taken advantage of earlier. The NFT space is so large and it feels like there's 100 projects minting every single day. So to cover the most ground and research as many projects as possible, you're gonna want to build this network that is trustworthy and really knows what they're doing and work as a team. And this way you're able to cover more ground together than individually. And especially with the space moving at 1,000,000 miles per hour, it's gonna be such a great resource to rely on other people and say, hey, what are your thoughts on X collection? I know it may take some time to build these connections, but I will promise you that this is gonna make your pathway to success way easier. And remember that it's more of a long-term game than it is just a couple of days of which project do we want to flip and pump and dump. So you do want this group to be very solid and know what they're doing in the NFT space so you guys can all win together. However, I hope you guys learned something from this video, as it took me a lot of time, money, and pain to learn these lessons. The NFT space being so new, there's always going to be something that I wish I knew beforehand or something I wish I educated myself on. But at this time, I'm just keeping an open mind and really learning as I go. And I will say it is not as easy as it seems to be in the NFT space. I've lost a ton of money. However, it was more of the tuition or baby steps that I had to take to become a successful trader. So I really hope you learned something. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel, as I am going to be making more NFT related content and hopefully educating more people. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you later.